Ripple 5-minute warning. I gave it to you this morning. Was I right? Of course I was right. Directly from Bank of America. Do you like my Bank of America colors here this morning? Pretty exciting, right? What's going on? I'll explain to you in this live video exactly what is going on and why I gave you the warning when I gave it to you. So, are you ready? Bank of America, 5-minute warning. Bit of American football term there, for a good reason. Get excited, get ready. I'm going to bring you all the news right now. We are talking XRP, and this is live on a Sunday morning. I'm normally in bed, but this information was too good. You may remember we brought you the 60 minutes of Brad Garlinghouse. 130,000 people watched us with this one, but we're now going to have an equally exciting moment with XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's all about to take off. I've been warning of you this now for about a week, but today was a precise 5-minute warning. So I'm going to give you that 5-minute warning right now in case you were asleep and you missed it. I never sleep. I'm always ready. Are you? So please tap the like button and let's get ready. Please do share this out as well. I've just realized for a moment I have the wrong source behind me. This is made live, so I just got to change this to that. No, that's still the wrong one. We try it again. Boom, that's better. Okay, let's get straight into it and let me show you what I was sharing with everybody this morning while you were asleep. This warning, 5-minute warning, has come and gone. Should you be buying XRP right now? No, the train has left the station. Let me explain. People on X are telling you to buy all the time. It's ridiculous. I'm not. You want to know that you're going to get a 3x. That's comfortable. That's risk to reward. You don't be buying on the way up, you buy on the way down. You don't buy now, you already own it. So let's get ready and let me show you the exact warning I gave you this morning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This morning, I was up nice and early and I was looking at some Bank of America information sent directly to me about testing. And I put it here on my X account. I told you, it's XRP week and the Bank of America and banks are testing XRP. Literally 5 minutes later, it happened. It popped. Was it a guess? Of course it wasn't a guess. I don't lose money. I don't gamble. I don't speculate. I know what I own and I own it. I'm not trading it. I'm not chasing it. I'm simply telling you what's going on from direct sources from Bank of America. Banks and payment rails keep testing Ripple's tech. You can go back and check. I'll give you now the link to my X. There is my X. Go and check it right now and you can see when I put this out and it was exactly a 5-minute warning. I told you it was a 5-minute warning, and it was indeed a 5-minute warning. So what's happening is banks and payment rails keep testing Ripple's tech. Every step towards ISO 20022 adoption increases the relevance of XRP as a settlement asset. Now, I've been telling you now for ages that Bank of America are not only testing and using, they're acquiring XRP. I told you that Robinhood, from my connections there, are buying Ethereum. I've also told the New York Stock Exchange from the Wall Street managers, my CEOs, and the people that are building literally the bricks on the ground of the exchange in Dallas are using Ethereum. This is direct information, not gained from X, not gained by sponsors or anybody paying me. This is me making friends at the right places at the right time. And this morning in bed, I told you we had a 5-minute warning and this was about to happen. And it did. So what do you do now? Well, investors, you do nothing. You let everybody else buy the pump. You let everybody else chase the news. What's the point of having news and information if you then don't use it? You buy into it. No, you buy when it's going down, when everyone's selling, because you know what comes next. Now, the reason why I'm saying you don't buy it right now is it's a simple strategy, really. It's not complicated. This is my position in XRP. I bought this primarily and only to give away as prizes. Hold on in a second and I'll tell you how you can win all of this money from me. I'm giving it all away, starting off by giving you $1,000. So I only bought this to give it away because it's the most efficient way to give money in prizes. And also I'm supporting my largest audience on the show. XRP Ripple audience is my largest audience on Martin Lucas Investor. So I am supporting the community by buying XRP. However, as you all know, I'm primarily a value investor and I'm not here to pump and dump anything. As you can see, 75% of my own money, this is my real money, is in the S&P 500. It's very it's underweight at the moment. It should be around about 95%. I only want 5% in crypto. So how has it become underweight? Well, because I'm buying XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum before it explodes. And then I'll keep adding more to the S&P, and my S&P will grow back into its position again over time. Of course, those three crypto assets will also go up, and they can double and triple. So my portfolio for S&P will get lower and lower. But as I earn money every month on YouTube, I'll be buying more and more of the S&P and balancing it out. So why am I saying you should not be buying XRP now? Because as an investor, I like to always buy when there's plenty of room above where I'm buying in. So I like to buy at value. Remember, no matter how good the asset is, if you buy it at the wrong price, overbought price, you're just simply never going to make any money. You'll be waiting forever, and maybe things will change in the future and there'll be something new. So as you can see, my average on the S&P 500 is $505. We're at 593, nearly 600. So even though I'm using margin, I've got a very, very comfortable safety net here, so I can borrow against it. I can go into crypto without any risk or drama. That's right. That's the way to invest. Now with XRP, these are my positions here. XRP, I want my average to be under $3. Why? Because I see in the next 12 months, or short term really, XRP going to $10. So you might say, well, why don't I buy more? Because a 3x on crypto is the minimum I want. Very different to the S&P 500. It doesn't produce anything. So if I'm going to buy a speculative asset, I only want to be in it with a 3x. There's no point chasing all the way up. I want to be in it with the 3x. So what am I going to do? I entered this space at $3.30. Many people laughed at me and said, what are you doing? You're an idiot. You're not one of the bros. You're bloody right I'm not. I talked to the Bank of America and the people that actually are behind these networks. So I bought it when I knew it was an asset, not a gamble and speculative guess. Now I know I can buy it. However, I want to lower my average and balance my portfolio. So what I'm doing is I'm using tax lots. So I click the sell button. Let me clear this here. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this position here, and I'm going to click sell.
Cybersecurity is not just an antivirus. I'm Professor David Costa, the Dean here at Robert Kennedy College in
Show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this position here, and I'm going to click sell. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do this. Why isn't that doing that? Oh, I see. I've just changed the screen. Doesn't matter. Anyway, if I click sell at the top, market order, and I see tax lots, you can see here tax lots, sell tax lots, click there. And you can see all the lots I've got here in XRP. And if I sort it from top to bottom, the most expensive to the most the cheapest, you can see the highest price I paid was $3.47 right at the top. So that's overbought. That's very expensive. Now, of course, if it goes to $10, it doesn't seem expensive, but it does. Now, rather than sell from the bottom, which some people are doing right now, and some people will do, Bank of America right now is testing XRP. This won't last much longer. People will start taking profits shortly. They're already doing it. So you don't want to be caught out again. As we get to $3.47, which we will eventually, I will sell from the top. I'm not selling from the bottom, because what will happen is my average has already come down from 330 to 303. If I start selling these tax lots, all of these, making sure I've got some profit, because with crypto it's different with stocks. You have to build in the spread and the expense ratio and the cost of buying and selling crypto. There is always some. I'll make a bit of a profit, maybe 5%, so I'll sell around about the 360, which we should get to at any moment. And then I will just trim those there. Now what that will do, that will bring my average, if I leave the screen and go back to here, if I go back to my XRP and I show you on the screen, my average is now dropped from 330 to 304. It'll go to about 296. Very nice. My average has dropped. My crypto XRP has dropped from 15 grand to maybe 13,000. However, it'll be now around about 20,000 when it's up there. So it brings it back into balance. And I've got a much more sustainable level of XRP to keep on my portfolio. So I'm not buying and selling like all the scroungers now. And I say scroungers because behave like a king at the table, like the Bank of America, like Robinhood, or do you want to behave like those underneath the table, trying to make a couple of bucks here and there? I would prefer to sit at the table with the kings and own the asset and trim with with tax lots rather than trying to scalp trade without any discipline, and you're all over the bloody place. So anyway, that's my strategy. So to repeat, if you just tuned in today, XRP this morning, I gave you a 5-minute warning. I have direct contacts with hedge fund managers, Wall Street managers, CEOs, and I put it out on my X account this morning that banks were testing the rails of XRP, and they were. I gave you a 5-minute warning. You can go and check the exact time when I posted this. This is my X, and 5 minutes later, boom, it happened. Oh my God, what a big surprise. And it happened again. So there you go. Now, if you've made it to the end of the video, I've got to get off. I'm taking my lovely wife Leah out today for a wonderful lunch. So I'm going to get off in a few seconds. So I'm going to give you two things before I go. First of all, I gave you a few days ago a very, very special deal, I thought anyway. It was a referral to Gemini and XRP. Here is the first one. If you, whoops-a-daisy, hang on, where was it? I can't quite fit that in. All right, I'll try that again. That's a bit silly, isn't it? Here we go. I'll give you this first of all. If you want the XRP credit card, now many of you have already done this, but you haven't completed it. You can get up to $200 worth of XRP. What a time to do it before it pops, by the way. Many of you, about 50 of you, haven't completed your transactions yet. Now, some of you will say, well, why are you mentioning this? A few days ago, you said it was rubbish. A few days ago, I was saying Robinhood was better, and I was right. It was. However, since then, they've now added another deal where you can get $200 worth of XRP, and I like that. So that's why I'm now bringing it to you. Now, I'm not paid by Gemini or XRP. I take no sponsorship from anyone. But also, they're now offering you more money if you just simply do a trade and set up the trading account on the app. Here is that referral. And on top of all of that, what am I doing with the referral money? I'm buying XRP with it, and I'm holding it to support the community. Here is the link for this as well. Okay. Many of you haven't yet completed it. Only actually, I think 5 of you out of the 50 have actually completed it. So there is that. Now I'll give you one final thing as well, because I'm acquiring XRP to give away and prizes. Here is my giveaway. I'm giving away my XRP, starting off with $1,000 plus lots of prizes. Everyone's going to get prizes, just like Oprah Winfrey.